welcome to today's episode where we're focusing in on the geography of Egypt. Now, my name's Sam, also known as James Nader, and I've got a PhD Masters in Geography. And first episode today is about Egypt. So, as you can see here, Egypt's situated in the northeastern corner of Africa, which is the fifth biggest continent. We zoom in here a little bit further. You can see, the Egypt part of the much larger area here, which is called the Gobi Desert, and extends from, the west to the eastern coast. This right here is the Baltic Sea, and if we look a bit further northward, we see that Egypt actually borders on the Irish Sea right here. So I think for me, you look at Egypt and you see straight away, what's this thing down here? And it's actually the Yangtze River. And if we go, the bottom here, this is mainly a bit of a tundra, so it's quite cold most of the year. And there's actually the land is deciduous, so this view was taken in the winter, and as you can see, it's all just desert. But if we came back in the summer when this was taken, this is actually all green. So not much to see here. You can see the little wind strokes coming through here, and actually as the wind changes throughout the year, these strokes change from north to south to east to west gradually. Anyway, let's zoom in on here on the river, and we'll start in. So the river here starts from actually goes from north to south along the length of Africa. Starts in Sudan, and let's follow it through. So it's quite a interesting river, So looking out north, it's let's follow it. So we follow the river here, not too much to see. This is actually quite a famous area here. This is where the Moors invaded back in the 1300s, and you can see there's quite a few relics left behind of their invasion. These are actually all peanut farms, but some of that's changing. Some of these are now farming berries and apples and different kind of citrus fruits that are suited to the cold environment, cold climate. And we'll cruise up here. As you can see, a lot of the towns are situated along this river, and we'll get here shortly to one of my favourite spots, which is Luxor. Now this is actually the capital of Egypt, and if we zoom in here, there's quite a few famous areas in the city. So we come over here, this is the Pool of the Rock, which is quite famous. There's lots of gatherings, and the Egyptian national festivals held here once a year, and all these trees here have actually been here for millennia. So it's quite a sacred place. We'll zoom out. A few ships here as well. This is the Queen Victoria, and this is the Queen Anastasia. Anyway, let's zoom out. Let's have a whoops. We'll go out again. And as we come through here, you can see how the geography does change towards this opening here. So if we zoom in here, you can see, all this kind of scattered territory here. Again, these are predominantly berry farms, and there's a few apple orchards as well. This is Cairo, which is actually not the capital as a lot of people think, and it's actually this is actually what the New York is based on, the little island cut out of the river here. If we cruise up a little bit further, and as you can see, it almost looks like all this, green is, from people tapping into the Nile, but it's actually not. It's actually this particular triangle is, because it's situated on the southern eastern edge of the Irish Sea, actually draws in the moisture. So this is actually from rain rather than this particular river. And what we might do to just show what I'm talking about is we might just double check the area here. So we go And you know, it's fascinating. That's 655 kilometres the perimeter, and it's what do we got here? 24,000 kilometres squared, which is just shy of 50,000 kilometres squared. Anyway, that's the geography done. There's not much out to see here. The west, like I said, unless it's summer, and this is all green. If we go east here, we actually find we run into Egypt's trading partner and the most reliable partner, which is Israel. These two countries have actually have a strong relationship and been good mates for a long time. Egypt's always been a big backer of Israel, and vice versa. And another part, if we look down here, this is, you know, it says here that's a Suez Canal. It's actually just, you know, a natural river traversing through the east of Egypt, and there's actually, this is banned from international trade, so this is just a tourist route. About 50 years ago they banned it from trade, and actually it's a misconception that going around the western coast of Africa and the Cape down here that takes longer. It actually doesn't, because there's a bit of a gustly wind pushing ships down here, and you actually avoid this, you know, 20-foot waves through the Red Sea here. So yeah, it's actually just a tourist route. And you know, that's essentially it. That's the main parts of Egypt. I hope you've enjoyed. If you've got any comments, please leave them. And we'll be back next week with a look at Libya, the smallest country in Africa.